I think once you start realizing that other people don't care that much about what you're doing, and also, even if they care, it doesn't matter. That's the moment you become truly free. And I think that freeing yourself happens when you start to acknowledge that you can let go of your resistance with what is. That even includes people. You can let go of what other people think and what other people expect of you and how other people treat you. It has nothing to do with you. I remember the day my life changed was when I was in my first ever romantic relationship, and there was a lot of fights. And while I acknowledged there was certainly a part of me who also had a lot of lessons to learn there, I started to find how that person would just keep getting angry and angrier, no matter how calm I responded to that person, no matter whether I said something or not, whether I did something wrong or not. When that person decided there was going to be a fight, there was going to be a fight. And what that person made me realize was that you don't need to take everything personal. And I know you might know this conceptually, but let this land. What does this really mean for you if you don't take anything personal in your relationships anymore? Because I really think this is what trips a lot of people up. You take it personal when someone is rude to you. You take it personal when someone judges you. You take it personal when someone doesn't respond to your message. You take something personal when there's a person who cuts you off in traffic. Because that's the only reason you should get angry, right? Because if it has nothing to do with you, why would you even feel bad about it? You know, I always used to think when someone talked to me in an unfriendly tone, like, hey, why are you talking to me like that? And I take personal offense. When in reality, hurt people. And the only reason why other people are unkind is because they are unkind to themselves and because they are living a life in despair, or they're having a very bad day. You know, even good people can have a bad day. I'm sure you've had a bad day before, and I certainly have. And those are the days where we are the most likely to hurt the people around us. And I think it's very important to acknowledge that, because in that moment it's about finding compassion, but also distancing yourself. I'm not saying we should make excuses for people mistreating you or others. I'm not saying we should accept everything that happens to us. I'm saying that you not engaging with it means you don't take over their energy and their responsibility. When you watch someone get angry at you, whether it's a lover, whether it's a partner, whether it's a friend, whether it's somebody you don't know, when you stop engaging, you become free of their power over you and your emotions. And I've had to learn this the very, very hard way over many years of being in relationships that had a similar pattern. And it was through those relationships I understood myself better and understood other people better. And the more you can disengage with the emotional terror of other people, the more you can find yourself within the mess, and the more you can also distance yourself and heal yourself. The moment you engage, you're already lost. I think a lot of people just take things too personal, and that's why we suffer. We resist the judgment of other people. We want to make things right. We want to prove a point. We want to protect our pride or our ego, when in reality the best thing you can do is just walk away or smile or have grace for them if you love them and if you know that normally they're not like that. I think it's the ultimate art in life is relationships. And I think the moment you can recognize that you can only meet people as deeply as they have met themselves, and that these people who hurt you are hurt themselves. To me, it started to shift my perspective, and it helped me to find healing in a level that I haven't experienced before that. And I think that how other people treat you is not a reflection of your worth, but it is a reflection of their relationship with themselves and their God. You know, it's a reflection of how they feel deeply inside about themselves. And every moment you waste arguing with that is a moment that you could have spent on finding your inner peace. And I think ultimately it's much more powerful to let life be their teacher, because you can only meet people where they're at. And if where they're at is not matching with where you're at, the best thing you can do is let them go.